Alright, so back at it. We should have these ones all knocked out. Oh, I didn't end up filling in this guy. Alright, so this side's all done. Now we have a box behind a box behind a box. We have something in the foreground, middle ground, background. Alright, so it is going to be pretty straightforward. This is the hardest of the two, but I ended up having to pause the video because I ended up getting a phone call and needed to take that phone call. Alright, so zooming in a little bit more just for lighting. There we go, now we can see it. So I'm going to redraw this one because I can't see it very good. Alright, so we are going to, this is the front of our building, and just from the same as yesterday's video, this one, super easy. We have the side of the building, we just have to slide over, draw a line. After we have that line drawn, erase the horizon line that's cut inside of that, and then fill that space in with the color that you chose for the side of your building. Now that that's done, you should have had the top and at the bottom of our first shape a line that went back to the vanishing point all the way. That's called a ray. Now off of those rays we're just going to move. We're going to line up to the back of the building and slide it over, same as we did with the other buildings. And we're going to draw one line. Then we're going to copy the roof line, but now it's going to be on this one. So we're looking at it parallel. If it matches up, boom, draw the line. We're going to do the same thing with the base of this building. Line it up to this one. If it lines up, draw from and across. You're going to then erase this space and fill in. After that's done, it's going to be pretty much a copy paste. So what did we do for the first one? We just slid it back, parallel line. So now that we have this guy done, we're going to line that up, slide over, parallel line. So these buildings do not have to match up with anything on the other side of the street. That's completely if you want to. You got to remember in some cities, big cities, they're going to have alleyways that are not going to always match up unless it's like a main intersection. The streets do not need to match up on both sides. So you can make two completely different things on both sides. I've had some people make small town on one side and then big city living on the other side. So it's pretty fun how you can end up developing your cities. So last but not least, so we have a foreground, we have a middle ground, we need one more building. We're going to match up, draw a line, come across, match up to the top, make a parallel line. Now it's to the bottom, and we draw a line. As soon as we hit our other building, that's when we stop, and then erase, and then fill that in. I like going slow and just focusing on one thing at a time. If you get too ahead of yourself and you're like, I'm just going to draw like 3 or 4 buildings and then do that, you'll notice after the fact that you usually messed up on something. So now I'm going just off myself and based off of so many students that have done the same. So now we've got our foreground, middle ground, background done for this space. We are done. We don't need to do a third one. We just need to have, oh my gosh, zoom out for heaven's sakes. So we just need to have buildings that are showing, going back, that are below the horizon line and then cutting through, because this is going to be our city. If you wanted to do this as well, but try it up above in the sky, that's a you thing. You can do that by all means. But now you're going to write your name at the bottom and then put your class period that I have you for art. Fill that out, take a picture, post it to the Google Classroom. Such a good job from day one. Loving what you guys have, and look forward to doing the next step. We've got just a little bit more to go, and then we're going to be jumping into our finals. You guys are doing great.